Okay, everybody, I was getting ready to do a preview between Tampa Bay and Dallas for this weekend for the game, but I have to address some comments because it's just eating me alive what's going on with Emmitt Smith. Now, if you did not hear Emmitt Smith and his comments about the Dallas Cowboys this week, he basically said that the Cowboys would probably win 7 games and Roy Williams is not a true number one in his eyes. Things of that sort. So he was on the radio and it was like, what? And all of Dallas just blew up talking junk about Emmitt. And I went through the message boards. I was over the Dallas Cowboys show. I've been all around like lurking. I've been in lurk mode right before the season. And people are talking so much trash about Emmitt Smith. About him not being a Cowboy fan. And for all you Cowboy fans out there, who the hell are you to tell Emmitt Smith that he's not a Cowboy fan? As much joy as that dude has brought us, let him tell you if he's not a Cowboy fan or not. Somebody say he's just jealous of Felix. The all-time leading rusher in the NFL is jealous of Felix Jones. So that's all Emmitt is. Of course, Emmitt has his problems with speaking, and we all have our problems with what he says sometimes and this and that on whatever. But the one thing Emmitt does, he loves the Cowboys. I have never seen somebody at another player at another team's game on Monday Night Football in my life. But I saw Emmitt Smith, when he was with the Cardinals, still coming to the Dallas Cowboys game when they played on Monday night. And he cried. And you know why he cried. He cried because he missed being a Cowboy so much. And people are going to... But Emmitt defended himself on Michael J. Irvin's show. It's on DCFanatic.com. So go to DCFanatic.com and you can hear the entire interview. And he said the same thing that I have been saying most of this summer. Talent, not worried about. This team is full of talent. However, you cannot stay competitive in the NFL when you see your talent, 1, age, 2, go to other teams. So when you see we lost the number 1 defensive end, we lost a number 1 receiver, we lost a lot of quality talent on the team without replacing it. So when you do that, you kind of fall backwards. Also, when you have an aging offensive line, I think the professor said or something about on ESPN, all our offensive line over 30, and we really have no backups for it. You know, there's things in this organization that are not working well that we have to see work well before we can say, oh yeah. We don't see it. The execution of the offense. We have not seen it work well. We've not seen it work well when it had the productive players on it that have actually produced. So we've got to see it. We can't just buy the oh yeah, we're going to do this and do that, blah, 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 blah. You can't buy it until you see it in the NFL. It's a progression with very good teams. They overcome things hurdle after hurdle after hurdle until they become a good team. You can't be just talent, and go into the NFL and expect to win. Come on. There are solid bona fide teams out there. You saw 2 Thursday night with the Titans in Pittsburgh. Those were 2 teams just crashing at it. So that is the kind of thing. That is the kind of thing. Teams don't melt down. Emmitt Smith said this on this thing. Teams don't melt down when they throw a couple of interceptions. Teams don't melt down when things are not going that way. Teams don't break down a lot of times from things that this team has done lately. With the closing of Texas Stadium, with the playoff game with Philadelphia, lately, like the last games they played. So it's hard to go and come into the season like, yeah, when that is on our heads. And then Roy has said something about Troy Aikman. He said something about Michael Irvin, and he said something about Emmitt Smith. Now I'm telling you, Roy Williams, you're setting yourself up Because right now, the fans are loving you because you're darn a star right now. But if you have put yourself, especially with those three guys, you have put yourself in a position to where if you don't produce, if you are hurt, or if you don't have a good game, or if you something, as soon as you do what you always do and throw somebody else under the bus like you did last year that nobody saw, as soon as you throw somebody else on the bus, as soon as you not produce, then the whole Cowboy fans, all those people that are backing you right now, all those people going, yeah, bro, right now, are going to have your kahunas in their hands, squeezing them. You got to put it on the football field. You got to shut your mouth, and you got to go and do one thing. You got to beat that guy in front of you. And once you consistently beat that guy in front of you, people can't say nothing. That's it. All right, game, I don't know. Game this weekend, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's a big question mark. We're a big question mark. Talent, we got talent, but they were a 7-9 team too. Running game, we got a great running game, but they got a great running game too. We got two, one thing that we do have, we have two bona fide superstars at tight end. I'm giving Marty B some props here. At tight end, and they have rookie linebackers or linebackers that hadn't played hadn't started in the NFL. So we have an advantage there. So they must be, like SHITN that they're going to get those two tight ends. But other than that, Flozell's going to have a problem with Gaines. Gaines is bad. Gaines Adams is bad. So, I mean, it's going to be some things in that game. It might be a little tougher than people think because people are thinking Tampa Bay is horrible. Tampa Bay is horrible. But they were 7-9 team last year. They have a running game. Of course, Leftwich is a stopgap, but Leftwich is one of the best stopgap quarterbacks in the league. I mean, he has a rifle, and if you let him go back there and just tee off on your team, he'll do it. But I don't think we can. I don't think we can not get pressure on the quarterback. That's one thing. I don't think we can not do that. So it's going to be a good game. Enjoy yourself. Football is here, and I tell you, people don't have no respect for people that have brought them joy in the past. I tell you, holla.